I'm going to take you behind the scenes on some film analysis and how you can watch film to improve as a player. While most of the time I'm watching a game is just recreational, there are times where I can see a move or a player do something unique, new, or a team strategy that I can kind of pick up and emulate. Today we're going to go through David Cranston downfield defense and send this out to Ultiworld's film room. This week one of my pieces on time on downfield cutting came out. You can take a look there. Here's my setup if you're curious. We got a camera, kind of Canon 7D with the big screen TV, and over here we have the whiteboard where we can kind of break down what we see on the film and how it applies to the field. So yeah, take a look. This is behind the scenes. David Cranston, downfield defense. He's looking at the thrower and reacting through the thrower. As soon as the thrower turns to pivot, that's when Cranston decides to jump, shuts down the first look. Clip, we're gonna take a look at David, who's marking up against Tanner Johnson. About a month after this game, at the Northeast Regional, possibly final, a video surfaced of Tanner dumping the Frisbee, sprinting 60 yards, and catching 4 goals against GOAT. With that in mind, Tanner's go-to move, or one of them, is the throw, put your head down, and go deep. So with that in mind, David is going to show how to play smart physical defense and stop a cut early on. So you'll notice Tanner throws this flick here and starts to go deep. David, there's a little contact here, but if you notice, that contact is initiated by Tanner running into David. A lot of players here, if they're playing defense, are gonna fall back or start to turn their hips because they're afraid of that contact. I've heard a few comments out there that, my production quality needs a little improvement, so I'm willing to trade Ultimate Frisbee lessons if anybody wants to come along and help me edit, produce, or film any of my video content. So hit me up on Instagram if that's you. Also, last October, American Ultimate Academy here released about 20-30 instructional videos on this whiteboard right here. So if you're looking to kind of work on your hucks, poaching, defense, dishy pass, really anything, go head over to my other channel where we take a look at some of the educational content. So yeah. All right, back outside, just had an indoor league game up in DC, and we're gonna go through some footwork tonight. Footwork was the most requested part of my training, asked on Instagram. So since there's so many ways and different paths of footwork to take, I'm just gonna kind of glance over some of the basics that I will do throughout the whole season. If you wanna see a full footwork specific video, let me know in the comments and I can make that happen. But tonight I'm just gonna work on some foot speed, some hips, some change of direction, and some ultimate specific cutting and theory. So let me know if you wanna see the whole thing, but here's a behind the scenes look on my footwork workout. Just as I was going through that last icky shuffle, I just kind of thought that intuitively in games, I'm always getting really low off my jab step, and I never really knew why. One is it's tougher to play physical defense on, but also if you kind of look at that angle, the lower I get, the steeper the angle is naturally, and now in my jab step, I'm getting that acceleration. Another thing too, when you're doing this footwork, it's not just for the feet. So now that I had that shoulder dip on the icky shuffle, I'm gonna pair that with a head fake to the right if I'm going left. Adding these little upper body fakes and feints is another way to get your defender off balance. So now I'm going through my footwork the same way I am in a game, where I'm using my shoulders and my head to try to throw the defender off. But now with this back pedal T-step, the overarching goal is that we never, as defenders, want to be leaning one way or the other. When we want to hit the brakes right here, now we have our center of mass over our feet and we're ready to go any way. So instead of lunging back and lunging forward, we're going to hit the brakes here, and now I can go either way. So the goal with the T-step is just to keep our balance like we want to be as defenders and able to react in any direction. Footwork can also scale all the way up to cardio. So right now I'm just kind of having some fun. Combine the ladder with some cones, some fun patterns I found on YouTube, and just having
So footwork and cardio at the same time. So let me know if you want to see the full footwork video. 8 to 10 minutes of footwork exercises that you got to be doing if you want to play at the elite level. So
Truck Stop has a team meeting tonight with the leadership, looking for an assistant coach. Actually, Nate Castine coming in on that train. I'm gonna pick him up and then head off to the meeting and see if we can get an assistant coach for Daryl this year. He did it all by himself last year, did a great job, but it can't hurt to have another hand on helping him out.
About for two particular reasons. One, it's just a superior way to win the defense, but the other piece is we are not the tallest of teams.
Yeah, so first practice of the semester with the DL, we were a little nervous going into practice with the weather forecast, wind, cold. It was tough, so we ended up splitting practice in two. First hour inside, where we kind of went over some of the things we wanted to talk about. We did a little horizontal stack about clearing that open side to give that next cutter some space to attack, and kind of what to do if you get faked, or the order of cutting in a hoe stack. We also were able to go over some of our handler patterns, kind of wheeling from the open side to the break side behind the disc, and we also got to work on some of the dishy passes as well. So overall, we definitely got the most out of practice. It ended up being pretty sunny and nice, so that outdoor session turned out to be huge, and great energy, and couldn't ask for a better practice to start off the semester.
all right, second practice of the semester, here a little early. Luckily we brought a frisbee so we can throw some MTAs, basically throwing the frisbee as high and far into the wind as we can. It comes back and you catch it. All right, a couple guys on the guys team are here, so I'm gonna go throw with them. A lot of wind today. I'm gonna blame the wind for these lack of MTAs. Got him.
Alright, one more, can't end on that one.
I appreciate the rest. Alright, have a good practice, guys. Alright, Wednesday morning and we're back at the gym. Might as well start off moving a little bit. It's a little chilly in the house. We're gonna hop on the bike, not doing cardio, just warming up. Bike, roll, stretch, lift.
Now we're off to the long walk to the gym.
Alright, first things first, today we got the ab wheel. We're really gonna attack abs and core this year hard, because a couple weeks ago my younger brother called out my lack of abs during a family picture. One way I've been starting to structure my lifts is from Tim Morrow, where you just kind of hit him with the tri-set. 3 exercises, 1, 2, 3. Little rest in between each, and just kind of do 3 sets of those 3 exercises. So I'm gonna do 2 tri-sets today. The third exercise in this tri-set is shoulder press. All right, moving on to set 2. 3 exercises. We got a couple leg movements and, of course, some more abs. squats are tough. They're a good one. I think you should work these into your game. I don't know if my form's good, but they feel good. All right, workout's done. Got a couple more this week, but this was probably the biggest one. Off to eat and go to Kenedrick's birthday lunch.